Good morning, McGee. We may be past Christmas time when you see this video, I'm not sure. But while I had Martha Smith at my house, I just told her we were going to make several videos because I was going to keep her while I got her, because you know how hard it is to get someone in the medical profession and hold them still for very long because they're all waiting for them at the hospital. But there's so much flu and germs and talk of germs and viruses that are out that I thought there might be I felt like she could give us some good ideas on things we could do for the coming year and for every day in helping our children and ourselves.
Well, this time of year we're all spending more time inside. That's how we spread and share these respiratory viruses. They're spread from droplets. When we cough or sneeze, it's best if we don't cough in our hand, if we cough in our elbow or sneeze.
And, no, I've never thought about that, but that's right.
And but if you sneeze or cough in your hand, go ahead and wash it before you touch everything. And because all inanimate objects that like pens and keyboards and doorknobs and handrails all harbor germs because somebody just coughed in their hand or sneezed and then touch that. So when you're out in public and you and your children, it's good to wash your hands, especially before eating or touching your eyes, your face, your mouth, because you're inoculating yourself with these germs if you don't. So it's good to have Germ-X or the hand wipes, and especially before you eat, because you're gonna put that germ.
You know, I think about it before I eat. Now, you know, because that's just a natural. But I never considered wiping down a keyboard. You know, I mean, and especially with people who are moving around in these computer labs at schools, the children that are going from one room to another room, from computer to computer. I never ever thought about that. I mean, I'm on my same computer, but other people are on my computer, and I've never thought about wiping down that. I have been conscious of when I go into the grocery store with the buggies or that type of thing, but I don't know what you really do about that. How do you handle that?
Well, while you're touching it, just try not to touch your eyes and your face. You know, it is good. Some places do have the wipes. You can wipe the rail, but if you can't, just try not to touch your eyes, your face, your mouth, and wash your hands before you do, or before you eat, or your children.
So basically, too, try to teach your child, don't touch your face, don't touch your eyes, that's the thing.
Keep your hands out of your mouth.
That's a joke, first place they're going. But that does make sense, because it would be, there's places we can't help it. We go into, there's doors we've got to push open, and we were talking earlier about going into a place and using a pen that has been used repeatedly. And these kind of things are just really foreign to me. It is. It's strange. I never think about it. I'm not one that thinks about it.
And the other thing we could do, the CDC recommends a flu shot for everyone over the age of 6 months. So having your flu shot prevents some of the illnesses, including the flu, and actually promotes wellness, and you have less chance of dying from all causes if you have the flu shot.
6 months and
older.
So little bitty babies too.
We do. They have to have 2 doses when they're little, but 3 weeks apart. But we do that.
Well, I've confessed I'm not a good flu shot person, but they might convince me today that I'm going to have to take a flu shot. But after you haven't taken it for all these years, you're kind of afraid of taking it now. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but I do. But I do know there are places that you can get the flu shot. It's available at our hospital, at the clinics here in Magee, any place that you need a flu shot like that. I've still got to work on that, taking that flu shot. But what about respiratory problems? Because so much now seems to be turning into pneumonia. Everywhere I turn, somebody has gotten pneumonia.
Well, we can do things to boost our immunity, such as getting enough rest and eating a well-balanced diet. We get some vitamins and nutrients from our foods that actually prevent illness. Exercising boosts your immunity. But sleep is so important. That's one thing that people, don't realize. And if you are sick, go get seen about. Don't wait until it turns into pneumonia. If you're having the symptoms of an illness, go get checked out.
or stay home from work too.
Yes.
Because I'm amazed at the people who go to work and say, I'm just sick.
Right.
I'm all over, you know. Well,
And they're spreading it.
Right. When we always laughed at, I worked for years at the post office, as most of you know, and we had people that would come in and, you know, they would just get out of the hospital, you know, and you were just like, well, why are you in here? But they had to have that stamp.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, but yes, you've got to give me the flu. So I think, you know, we have to take a responsibility ourselves too,
Right.
to help everybody all the way around.
That's right, I agree.
Okay. Well, it's been great having Martha, and you know, it's always interesting to me the things that I learn when we have these videos. I decide I learn more than anybody, the ones that watch them or whatever, because it is. But the Magee Hospital is available for flu shots. If you need one, call them, call the clinic, they can set it up. And again, I've just decided that if you feel that you should follow the whole foods and all this, I think we need to let Martha talk even more and more about that, and you might should visit her on that. I hope you'll have a great day and that your new year is going well, and that these resolutions that we made a few weeks ago or whatever are still good. And think about things like when you go into a public area, and be very, very mindful of washing your hands, washing your children's hands, keeping wipes in your purse, Germex with you, whatever it takes to keep us all healthy. And I hope you'll have a healthy winter and not tons of patience for that.
Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome.